In this video, I'm going to just lightly touch on the times that we're living in. If you are in a place of despair or hopelessness, or you are thinking that the world is coming to an end because there's so much turmoil all over the world, I want to assure you that we are moving through a transition on a collective level, on a world scale level. So, yes, there are things that are going on that are awful, and on the other hand, there are things that are going on that are supporting us in awakening collectively. So think of it as us going through a collective spiritual awakening so that we can really return to who we truly are, so that we can create a different world that we can be living in, so that we can weave in and bring in more love, more compassion, more peace, more harmony into this world. And these changes are basically catapulting a lot of people into a change, into a phase of change, into phases of transition, into really some painful experiences, even that will push certain people to really understand why they're here on Earth, what is their purpose for being here. It can also help them to connect to something higher than themselves, greater than themselves, the divine, God, universe. You, whatever name resonates for you is totally fine. But the invitation here is to allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, and at the same time just recognize the fact that we're not moving in the kind of the spiral of sort of this downward spiral. We are at the same time moving into the upward spiral that is going to allow more light to come through, is going to allow also healers, practitioners, change agents, light workers to really step up and do the work that they're here to do, while letting go of fear and trusting their path. And you're here for a reason as well. So start to tap into that. If you're not quite sure what your purpose is, what your calling is, why you're here on Earth, you can simply create a 5-minute practice where you just sit in meditation. You can do walking meditation. It doesn't have to be seated meditation. And you simply ask your soul, what am I here for? Why was I born into this world? What is my intention? What is my reason for being here? You might start to receive answers right away. Sometimes we have blockages or fears that are blocking us from really receiving the guidance that we need to receive. That is okay. You can unravel those as well. If you need extra support, I am currently offering Akashic Records Readings, which is, kind of think of it as this digital library that is available in the ethers about every single soul on this planet. And so when I tune in with to a soul's to client's soul, then I basically start to receive information that they need to receive in that moment that will be supporting them in healing the blockages, in tapping in to see what their purpose is. Also, if there are issues in their relationships, if there's stuff in past lives, we basically cover that as well, so that you can have as much information as you need to make the kinds of decisions you need to make, take the action steps that you need to take, so that you feel guided versus you feeling like you're kind of walking in the dark and there's a sense of disconnectedness that is present with that. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to attach a link in the descriptions of this video, also in the comments, so that you can get in touch with me if you want to set up an Akashic Records reading. Take care of yourself, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the newsletter if you want to stay in touch. Take care.